WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I'm in Colorado, Breckenridge Bourbon Whiskey, and now it's getting interesting. This is a single barrel. Could you please look at this? It says 1. Do I really have single barrel number 1? It says here distilled at 9,600 feet in Breckenridge, Colorado. And so on. I bought this at an auction site in the UK. It was sent here to Germany, and I actually reviewed it first of all in my English. Oh, good pop! On my German video first, and now I'm going to do the English video on it. I found very little information online, to be honest, about the single barrel 1. There used to be single barrels that looked very, very much like a flat bottle, looked like a big glass flask. But this is the round bottle. Breckenridge has these bottles now normally here for us. It's even on the website. If you go to Breckenridge, BreckenridgeDistillery.com, it actually has a single barrel that looks exactly like this. That little gap in here is left open. It says here, every so often a barrel tasted for inclusion into our award-winning bourbon whiskey blend just expresses itself too individually to become part of the mix. These barrels we set aside for extended aging, and when they reach their peak, wow, we hand bottle, sign, and stamp these gems to release in extremely limited quantity. These bottles represent only the finest expressions of Breckenridge bourbon whiskey. Now, what is really weird is I looked online for Breckenridge single barrel and looked for videos and so on. No one. Why do I in Germany get to taste Colorado whiskey here in front of the camera? Maybe as one of the first. I don't get how the system works. I'm sorry. Guys at Breckenridge, send out some samples to some influencers and give them some bottles in the States. They would really appreciate it. Not that I have to buy them through an auction site on a secondary market. What did I pay? Over here in Germany, this bottle here, the normal Breckenridge, which is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, which means they take some of their own juice. I'm assuming its own juice since it said distilled at 9,600. 600? 9,500. I can't read. Wait a second. It blends. Okay, it's 9,600 feet. And they take, I'm going to say Kentucky. It could be, of course, from MGP, from Indiana. Who knows? It might be even Indiana bourbon. We actually have some of that running around the place now. And they blend it together and they use this. This is 40 euros. This was 56 euros. So this is $50. This is $70 what I paid for it. I think I got a bargain. I think this costs more in America than I paid for it over here in Europe, which is crazy. But welcome to the world of online commerce. All right, so on the nose. The first thing I'm getting here is a lot of rooibos tea. I don't know if you know about it or not. These are little seeds from plants in Africa. We use a lot over here instead of our fruit teas. It's often organic type of product. Very, very nice. It's got a nice herbal moment here. What I do get, I'm reading now, I'm going to actually confirm it here. It says, rich, sumptuous top notes of toffee, caramel give way to clean, and that's interesting, burnt orange, which I really get, and butterscotch on the palate. Over here, this is much sweeter. This is much rounder. This is much, much smoother. This has the little bit of an edge still on there. It's not really where I would love it to be. I think it would need a little bit more time in the cask, but maybe it might just go down. Texas whiskey, for example, here I have my new bottle of Iron Root Habringer. That is 18 months, and it does have a little bit of that green moment in there, and that's what I'm getting here on the nose, and of course also on the palate. Cheers. Cheers. 46 versus 43%. Yeah, it's okay. Now, very shortly, a brief history. Around about 2008, Dr. Brian Nolt, radiologist, was a little bit, let's say, burned out. He turned to a wonderful club called the Whiskey Enthusiast Club, someplace in Colorado. And he started to, as a competitive guy, he might just be, trying to find those super rare Scotch whiskies out there. He went to Scotland and tried to trump his partners. Of course, his partners, also doctors and people with a little bit of fluency and money to spare, also bought some very expensive whiskeys. And one day, up hiking up in the mountains of Colorado and close to Breckenridge, he and another doctor started thinking, why don't we make our own whiskey? Sounds like a story we've heard a couple dozen times. While hiking, Dr. Brian Nolt really liked the idea. The partner wasn't really that excited at the beginning. And then Dr. Brian Nolt went home, asked his wife, what do you think? And basically, if I read the interview correctly, he said, the wife said, as long as you don't ruin us financially, okay. And now he's actually working full-time, no longer as a radiologist, but rather in his own whiskey industry and his own business. And they have a wonderful cafe there. They're doing a lot of other things as well. Breckenridge is really a place you should visit if at all possible. So, going back to the tasting here. This tastes more like a typical bourbon for me. It's got a little bit of spiciness, a little bit of nuttiness in there. Got a great finish. I gave this, I think, in my German video, either a a C++ or B-. So today is going to get a B-. I like this. This is good. There's other bourbons out there I like much better. Sorry, but this is good. It's different. It's good. I think it's the mix of their own juice as well as the other juice that they have. They can actually have a consistency. I have batch number 118. So this made it over here to Europe. Actually, Amazon sells it. It's the best place to buy it over here. One of the cheapest places in Germany to buy that whiskey itself. It's got that green. It's got that young. It's got a little bit of that funk, I think it's called sometimes. That burnt orange really does come through. I like it. It's good. It says here, strong spicy undertones with a balanced oak profile. Yes, and a fleeting hint of solvent light like ester notes, which manifest as a banana peel and passion fruit. I didn't get any banana peel whatsoever. I'm sorry. Long, reverberating finish carries, I love the word reverberating, carries the richness and balance of a classic bourbon whiskey. Now, I would not use classic here. I'd use as a unique bourbon whiskey. It really is. Wow, good stuff. I'm going to give it a C+. Value for money, I'm going to give it actually a C. Now, my standard is A, why haven't you bought it? B, buy it. C, you can buy it. D, don't have to buy it. And F, why was that even created? I've had some Fs, unfortunately. And this is a C+, which is which was a good grade. You should not be ashamed of that. I just think it's a little bit too young for my palate. I have had some very good bourbons and whiskeys in my life. I've had over 1,100 different whiskey videos I've done online, not counting all the different other whiskeys I do in my live streams and so on. So I have a little bit of experience of what I like and what I dislike. And this is something which I would enjoy. But it's not something where I'm going to go, wow, life-changing, wow. There's been life-changing whiskeys out there. This is actually a little bit better. Sorry, guys. I like the balance. I like the sweetness. I like the age on here. This is a unique, this is a unicorn. This is something special. And if this really is bottle number 1, thank you. I don't know why I have that privilege. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany. If you'd like to contact me, please write whiskyjason@gmail.com. Otherwise, thumbs up. Right down the bottom, my question of the day is, what is your favorite Colorado whiskey? Stranahan makes some good stuff. A lot of single malt, not really 100% my thing. I've had the sherry, I've had the normal, I've even had the snowflake. I've done the Breckenridge, the normal, the port, as well as the single barrel. I'm still looking for the black art. If anyone has a sample out there, they can send me the Breckenridge black art. That would be like amazing. That was here, yeah, exactly. Distilled from the Breckenridge Dark Arts, excuse me. The high proof I haven't had either. The Paix cask I don't think I've had. The reserve blend I haven't had either. Wow, there's a lot of stuff out here I haven't had. Just looking at the spice whiskey I don't need. Gin I don't need. Spice rum I don't need. Bitter I don't need. Vodka I really don't need. Talking about what friend Minnick always says, vodka sucks. Going back here to this, please like, please subscribe, please tell others about this crazy American over here tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Rare and exotic, what can I say? Bye bye, all the best. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays my videos are released. See ya.